So the winter update is here, and that means a whole load of changes to players' attributes, to their values, how their current ability sits, how their potential ability sits, and we're going to have a look in draft mode and have a look at which 5 players have dropped the most in value. There might be some bargains in here now. Players who were previously much more expensive are now much cheaper. Now over on Twitter, I have put the 5 biggest price rises. Does that make these players completely unviable to draft now, or has their ability gone up so much that they are pretty good regardless of that new price point? Let me know in the comments down below what you think of those price rises and price falls. Does that make some of these ones I'm going to show you today much more viable? Are you going to be taking them a lot more now in draft mode? So I'm going to be doing these in reverse order from the smallest drop to the biggest. The biggest drop is going to be the last one. So let's have a look at number 5. Coming in at number 5 is the Inter Milan defender Milan. The Slovakian has dropped only 1 point in current ability, but he has dropped a massive 20 million in his value. He's gone from 47 million down to 27 million. So he's still not that budget, but he's much cheaper than he used to be, up around that 50 million mark. And you can see how good he is in game. You can see, look at that jumping reach, 16 jump reach, 18 strength, 16 heading. It's going to cause a problem on people's corners, 18 marking, 17 tackling. A really good defender. He's quite aggressive, which might be a little bit of a problem. And he's not the best as a ball playing defender. First touch, passing, vision aren't the strongest. But otherwise, he's a really strong defender that you can take for a much cheaper price this year now. I mean, at number 4 is Nabil. He has dropped 3 points in current ability, but he's dropped a massive 21 million. He's gone all the way down to 15 million from 36 million. And I quite liked him at 36 million, but at 15 million, he becomes a really strong prospect. A little bit of a lower pace, 13 on the pace, but good acceleration, agility, balance. Those physicals are really good, nice and strong. He's not the tallest if you wanted someone up top who's a bit taller, but you can use him in that advanced playmaker position or out wide, or even sitting deeper in that centre mid position. He's got really good passing, 16 passing, 16 vision. You can see all the 16s and 17s there on his attributes. At 15 million, I think it's going to be a really tasty prospect to take in draft mode. Probably a first round pick, I would imagine now. Third biggest drop was a whopping 25 million pounds for Jadon Sancho. He's gone from a 40 million pound player down to also another one of those magic price point 15 million pound players. He is still looking pretty good. He has lost 5 points on his current abilities, was a little bit worse than he used to be, perhaps because in real life he's been a bit out of form, or he's been injured, and he's not really featured that much in the Man United team. In fact, since he's moved to Man United, it hasn't been as successful as his time at Dortmund. But you can still see how strong a player he is for that 15 million. Lots of 15s and 16s in there, great passing and vision. Pair that with good speed, acceleration, good first touch, really good dribbling and technique, flair. Off the ball is decent, finishing is fine at 14. A pretty strong attacking player you can pick up there for 15 million, and a massive price drop on him as well. Coming in at number 2 is the Barcelona CM or CDM Frank Gessie. He's only dropped 2 in current ability, but he's dropped a massive 25.75 million. He's all the way down at that 14.25 million pound mark that a lot of the CDMs and CMs are, that are really good underpriced value players. Go look around that price point if you're looking for some more in this position. But yeah, you can see really strong for that price point. You get really good marking, tackling. Now maybe his passing and vision is a little bit low for someone you're going to use as a midfielder, but you'd probably deploy him more as a ball-winning midfielder or a carrier, or maybe even a box-to-box. He's got pretty good finishing. He's got really good work rate, really good teamwork, good determination. You know, these combined together, the fitness is good, the really strong 19 strength. These combined together make for a really workhorse of a midfielder that you can put in and just sort of dictate that tempo in midfield while working with a more creative player alongside him. At 14.25, he's really, that's down from 40 million to 14.25. A really big, steep discount on Frank Gessie. And the final one, in the twilight of his career, Jamie Vardy has dropped a massive 31 million. Now, unfortunately, he has also dropped 13 current ability points. But if you look at his attributes, I think he's now at the 5 million pound mark. He was 36 million pound before. I think if you look at his attributes, you could probably imagine at 5 million, he's a really strong prospect. You know, he's dropped a little bit on the pace and acceleration, but he's still got 15 in both of those, which is really good for a forward play. He's dropped a little bit on his finishing, but it's still 15. It's reflecting a little bit the fact he hasn't been in the team so much at Leicester in real life. He's been more of a substitute, you know, brought on to replace Daka and Iheanacho. But look at how good he is for that 5 million pound mark. 15 off the ball, 16 teamwork, 14 vision, 16 work rate. He's going to put in a shift as a pressing forward, complete forward, advanced forward, or even a poacher up top. You can use him in a number of different ways. Really strong. You can also drop him a little bit deeper. He doesn't mind playing in those AM and left and right positions on the wings. Jamie Vardy at 5 million. I think this is a really scary prospect, particularly in budget drafts, but maybe even in those full drafts. Do you want a striker, maybe your second striker, or maybe he's going to be your substitute striker and you want a really good one you can bring on late game? Jamie Vardy is definitely the man who's going to be the go-to now. Those were the 5 biggest price drops in the winter update to FM this year. Let me know, do any of them now tempt you a lot more? Definitely, I think I'll be picking up nearly all of these in drafts, particularly Sancho and Gessie. They look so cheap for their money now. I think they're going to go really, really quick in drafts. Some of these might become first round picks. Let me know in the comments down below, are you going to be picking up any of these guys? And while you're here, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe button. I'm going to be bringing you some more of these videos, particularly looking at some of the in-depth changes to the player prices and values in draft mode. I can bring you one on the highest current ability changes to the players. And now I'll apply also to the main database some of the biggest changes in the best players in the world in terms of current ability. But if you want to do better at draft mode, well, I've got some more videos for that. Why not go check out this one that's going to help you get much better at draft mode.